right, here we go. We are rolling. It is time for another episode of Cash's Top 5, and we have a fun one today. This is a topic that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I was waiting for the right guest, and luckily we were able to get freshman phenom, Purdue Boilermaker, Chloe Chicoine joining the show. How you doing, Chloe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. This was one that, we had talked about doing a show and maybe given some ideas and some suggestions on what we could rank as a top 5. And no offense, like I'm older than you and I'm a guy, you're still in school, and what are we going to do? Rank our favorite movies? Like that'd be kind of like, you're like, I haven't seen any of those old movies. So this is a fun topic that I think can span generations. So what do we land on? What are we going to rank today?
We're going to rank our top 5 items that we put in a time capsule that mean the most to both of us.
And I think that's going to be so much fun. Like when you really stop to think, like, what would I put in a time capsule? And like, it's really easy to cheat. And if you did, that's okay. Like, like I put my phone in the time capsule so I could have all my photos and stuff on it. Like, no, it's kind of cheating.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily represent you. So I like it. Our top 5 personal items we would put in a time capsule to best represent us. Chloe, number 5, what do you got?
I'm going to start off with probably one of my old like ribbons that we put around our hair ties, because I played at Circle, but before I played at Boiler Juniors, and for all the big tournaments we'd put like these little bow ties in our hairs and we braid all of our hair, and it was just a really good experience. And I think that started sports and volleyball and everything for me, and it was just a bunch of good memories, and we took it so seriously. Like if we lost, we would all be crying. It was ridiculous because we were like 12. But it was so much fun, and I think that would really highlight my childhood.
Wow, a hair tie is number 5. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna lie, I assumed that a volleyball is gonna make the list at some point, but hair tie was not something that I thought would. But that's what makes this so much fun. I mean, it's true to you, and it's to represent you. My number 5 for you. The top of my list was pretty easy. I was able to put together, but rounding out the end of it, I was kind of torn. But I think number 5 might sound kind of goofy. It's like corn kernels, or like a corn stalk. Like I'm an Indiana guy. I'm a Hoosier. I've lived here. I spent some time in Florida for work, but came back. And so, I wouldn't put I don't know, tenderloin in the time capsule. That wouldn't last. That'd be pretty gross after a while. So something that's representative of the Hoosier state, some corn would make sense, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. I didn't really think of it like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying, well, because I thought about maybe like sand from a beach, because I'm like a big beach guy, but
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. But I feel like that, it sounds kind of dorky when I say it out loud now, corn being all right, but
It's
okay.
good.
Hair tie at number 5. What do we got at number 4 in your time capsule?
So leading off of your sand comment, my family really likes to go to Florida together, and we went there for spring break and just family vacation. So I'm gonna have to go with the shell, and specifically, have you seen like the olives? They're like an olive shell, and
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
It's like thin and a little spiral thing, but my grandma's obsessed with them, and I think that would just take me back to my childhood, and along with just all the great family vacations we took.
I think it's hilarious that you're like, would take me back to my childhood when you're still like.
Well, I just turned to be an adult.
I'm not trying to disrespect. You're a woman. You're an adult now, but
Yeah.
by comparison, you're still a kid. It's like these things, an olive snail, like a shell.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I have my niece, my brother, best friend, his wife, and their family live out in Wilmington, North Carolina. And my niece Nora, we went through and we became shell twins. Like I would find one, then she would find one that looked just like it, which was kind of cool. We got a few of those. So, and one of them I think was similar to that olive shell. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys Atlantic side or Gulf Coast side?
Atlantic.
Atlantic side for real? Like Daytona?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the Atlantic. Maybe it's not. It's Clearwater. I don't know if you've been there. Like,
yeah, Yeah, I can't remember what side it's on though. Like that's
I
like
don't know.
prime spring break destination. I was always a little further along the panhandle. Okay,
Aw.
my number four for you is a lot better than corn, I promise. Uh, for my time capsule is a little boring, but it's this right here. It would be a pen because
Okay.
I love to write and I don't love technology. Like it's cool that we're able to do this. This is fun.
Uh-huh.
But as far as like taking notes or just making lists, like I was telling you beforehand, like I'm a big list guy. Like I just have notebooks full of stuff, just lists and writing and jokes and all that stuff. So like I just always really enjoy and I'm kind of a nerd. Like I still like to send birthday cards and Christmas cards
Oh,
at random because I feel like that makes people's day, right?
it
Like
does for
when you get
sure. Yeah.
snail mail. So yeah, my number four is a pen.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little as I'm looking at my list. I'm going to sound 75 years old. All right, hair tie, a shell. What do we have in number three?
This is kind of cheating because it's like two things into one, but my family's also really big into like dogs. So I had a dog. Funny story, I got a cat for like my third grade birthday, and then the next day my face blew up. So we found out I was allergic to cats the
Oh
day after my
no.
birthday. So that was awful. But I ended up getting a dog instead, and her name was Luna. So I'd probably have like one of her old dog collars or tags around something. And then we just got a dog. Her name's Bear. She's a golden retriever and she's so precious. So I want to have something for her. She's still here because she's so young too. But I don't know, just having a dog, it's awesome. And I think I'll always want to have a dog in my life.
That's such a bummer about the cat though. Like what a terrible like oh, I
I
gotta
know.
give the cat back. Okay. It's like, oh
We
no.
actually ended up giving it to my grandparents, so it was fine. But
Oh, that's good. I feel bad. I feel better for the cat now.
I
Uh,
know.
that's not cheating. I think if you had dog accessories like or like a little kit or a little bag or a basket of dog stuff, like that counts. That's not cheating.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
if you were like, I want a camera and a phone, I'd be like, all right, that's
Yeah.
not let's
Fair.
just pick one. All right, I like that. Dog stuff. I'm just gonna put dog stuff. That way we kind of
Okay.
all right. My number three, I had corn, I had a pen. My number three, I'm a big fan of cooking. I
Oh, really?
dabbled a little bit when I was younger and in college. You kind of have to, well, you'll learn this there in LAFA. You'll have to learn to get creative to make food stretch over weeks over the semester. But I've always enjoyed cooking. And now that I have my own place, I always like to, have nice cutlery and, it always bugs me when people don't have like stuff to really work with. Like I like to have a lot of different pots and pans and stuff. Anyway, my number three is a chef's knife because
Oh,
chopping up onions and you can do a lot of stuff with it and scooping it. And, it's one of those things like, you can get away without a cutting board. You can cut something on a paper plate if you really have to. You can
mm,
get away with other, like you don't need a ladle because you can use a spoon.
yeah.
A really solid, sharp chef's knife. That's a good one to have.
Yeah, that's so true. What's your favorite thing to make?
Good question. That's a good question. I think I just made chicken parm for the first time because I've like always been intimidated by chicken. I've always been like a beef guy, and I like Mediterranean, so like a lot of Italian cooking, a lot of Greek. But the chicken parm I made was pretty solid, and I do like this Italian meatballs with mac and cheese. It's like a meatball pasta type thing. Super healthy, and that's a fan favorite. I do that. I like
Sounds really good. That's cool.
it. Mm-hmm.
You have to
Yep.
learn how to cook for the dorms and everything.
Ramen noodles on a hot plate, like it's
Oh
gonna be.
God.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. Well, do they still have Bruno's there in West Lafayette?
I think we're going there tomorrow for like a team dinner.
Are you really?
Yeah, I know.
I'll give you $100 to mail me some Bruno dough. I swear to God,
Burrito dough is so good.
it's the best, man. All right. Hair tie, a shell, the olive shell, dog stuff. We're getting to the top. These are the most important things to
Yeah.
us that represent us in the time capsule. Chloe, what's number two?
This is gonna go back to volleyball again, but I feel like I have to put it in there. It's this newspaper clipping of when we won state, and that was just awesome because the girls, like, we grew up playing volleyball together, and to make it to that point and win the whole thing, it was I remember coming back and there were just firefighter trucks like getting us into the building, and it was like 2 a.m. because we had to wait all day in this hotel room for all the other schools to play, and we didn't play until like 9 p.m. and it's at Ball State. So it was
Ugh.
so far away. So we ended up getting home at like 2 a.m. But everybody just came back into the gym. It was like 3 a.m. and we're all just having a great time, all the students and just all our parents. And it was just something I'll never forget. And then like 3 weeks later, we were just on a high. Like it was so much fun. And we got to like ride around on these fire trucks around like downtown Lafayette, West Lafayette in this parade. It was so much fun.
That is awesome. You're going to be like 50, 60 years old and you're going to remember that
Yeah.
entire day. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was so
Man,
much fun.
I'm jealous. I don't think I had anything like that. I mean, we won state in football, but I didn't play. So it was just like, yeah, I was there.
But
But
that's still really cool. We sold the bag my senior year and we lost. It was the team who ended up beating us won, but it was sad after like getting to that and then like losing the next year. We're like, oh, it was so,
mhm, yeah.
it was so
Dang, that's really cool. Newspaper clipping of the celebration. Was that last year?
yeah.
Nice. All right. My number two for you. Sticking with the dorky stuff, but
Oh,
I got to be true to me. Big trivia buff. I love Jeopardy. Watch it with my family growing up, and so trivia and like I'll go out and like you can go to a restaurant or like a pub and do pub trivia.
uh-huh.
Um, the game Trivial Pursuit, like the board game, I would
Mhm.
put in my time capsule. If I can't have a whole board game, then I would do like just like a deck of the cards maybe. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but that's pretty representative of me. It was even like I guess I was bored. I don't really know, but I was a kid and I didn't really know any better. And I would just sit there and like memorize the Trivial Pursuit cards at my babysitter. And so when I went and played with adults, they're like, yeah, whatever, kid. And I knew all the answers. They were like, uh, what's going on here? And then they realized that
Yeah,
I
I know
cheated.
what.
Uh, so I got away with that for long enough. And then finally I got caught. But still love trivia, still love to play. So Trivial Pursuit deck or the whole box because if we're digging up a time capsule, we'll have time to play a game or
Yeah,
something.
dang. That's really cool. I've never thought about doing that. I was good at memory when I was a kid. I'd like play that all the time with my family where you have to like flip the cards and remember where they're at.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Like I used to read a lot more when I was younger,
Me
and as
too.
I've gotten older, you're busy. I mean, I'll read stuff on my phone, which isn't the same, obviously,
Mhm.
but being able to just remember the information, I'm like, it's it's genetic, I guess. Like it's not. I don't train for it. I don't. You can't like get in the gym and get better at trivia. It's just it's what you do. In
Yeah.
memory, that's a big part of it. All right, a hair tie, a shell, dog stuff, and a newspaper clipping. You've got room in this time capsule. This is very special, but a very compact group of stuff that you have right now. What do we have at number one?
This was really hard to come up with and it's kind of basic, but I feel like this just like really ties like my family and what I'm about together. So when I decommitted and then took all my visits again, Purdue was my last visit. So it was like they weren't sure if I was going to take my visit. They're like, hopefully she doesn't commit before type of deal.
Mhm.
So I put a slice of the cookie cake we got when I went on my visit because that was really good, along with like a picture of like all the coaches and my family because it was so cool just being around them after because I grew up around them all the time because I'm here and like John helped coach me when I was younger. So just nobody really thought I was going to go to Purdue. I don't know why, but they just thought I wasn't going to stay close to home. So just having, after I committed, having everybody be like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like my grandma started crying because they did not think they'd be able to watch me every game. And just the amount of joy that, and like I knew it was the right decision and I was so happy after it. So I put that in as my number one because like that day and the day I committed, like it was like my mom always told me that when you go to the college if you're supposed to be there. And I wasn't sure if I was going to go there. And then I took the visit and I was like, the second day, I was like, I know I'm going here. I know I'm going.
Had you spent much time in Holloway before committing? Like, had you gone to a lot of matches? Had you gone to the camps there, I'd imagine?
Yeah, I went to a lot of camps and we had season tickets a lot of the years, but when we started Boiler Juniors, we actually had a lot of our practices in Holloway when we were like 12 and like 11 and 10.
What?
20. Yeah,
So spoiled.
I know. We were very small. It's okay.
Yeah, so that's got to feel like, I'm surprised that they were surprised that you would not go there. I mean, that
I
just feels like
know.
home court, you
Weird,
know?
but it was like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane." And it's just such a cool thing. So that way, like, even my teachers were like, "Oh my gosh, we can come watch you now. Like, we can actually come to the games." So that was cool.
That's all. So officially, your number one is a slice of cookie cake. Is that what I'm putting down?
Yeah, I think you can put that down. Plus, I'm like really addicted to like sugary stuff. I love so there's something bad about that. So I think that's what you should put. I don't have
Look,
cake all the time, but like this, I get like a have you ever had igloo?
oh yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I get a Diet Coke with marshmallow in it, which is so bad for
What? You're a collegiate athlete, and you're telling me that you have just grams of sugar every day?
you. No, not every day. I treat my but I think and just like my family's pretty good at like making desserts. Like my grandma, she makes strawberries and cream every time we go over, which is like strawberries, cream, and brown sugar. So
Mhm. Yeah, that's
yeah.
good stuff. I knew volleyball would be a part of your story. Uh, I guess I just assumed that, but cookie cake because of volleyball is number one. Is I couldn't have asked for a better number one. I'm so excited for this. This is so great.
Oh god.
Okay, my top five. These are personal items we're putting in a time capsule: corn, a pen, a chef's knife, Trivial Pursuit. Really random, but that's what's fun. My number one, though, and probably not a surprise, I like to talk quite a bit, but my number one is this, right? A microphone. Like, I need to
Oh, that's
have.
a good idea.
Uh, I did stand up comedy forever. I did it in high school, then I did it in college, and then post college, and I got into radio. I've done radio for a decade. Like,
Nice.
basically, it's been a career of, hey, look at me, don't forget about me, Mr. Show Off. Like needing attention. Um, but emceeing events, I'm ordained, so like I've married like 25 some couples now. Like, I've had a microphone a
That's
part
really
of
cool.
me for a long time, so I can't not put the mic in it at number one. That's my thing.
That's a good one. Wow.
Headphones maybe like a close second, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought about putting like a weight in there maybe or something because I love lifting and my family just I think that really helped me too growing up is like once I got to high school like my dad and my mom did a good job because they actually both played well my mom played volleyball at Northwestern and my dad wrestled at Northwestern in Chicago. So like they
Yeah,
did a good job of teaching me how to lift and I really like lifting a lot.
that's cool. They met in college.
Yeah, they did.
Northwestern. Well, you're still in the Big Ten. That's nice.
Yeah. Chinny's going there, Maddie Chin, for volleyball for her 5th year.
Oh, that's where she ended up going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, the fifth year, like, if they don't stick
Yeah.
around, where do they go? And
Mhm.
that's cool. I'm glad she found a good spot.
Yeah, that's a great.
Is there anything that didn't quite make the list that you think might go in addition to like a weight?
Mm, let me think. Yeah, I mean, another thing that could have gone in was that well, at first, my mom, like, didn't think I was gonna be athletic because I tried softball and I hated it, and I was, like, really bad at it, so I had to do piano lessons, and I got into that, but I ended up swimming for a while, I was not very good at it, and it, like, stressed me out, so I have all the respect in the world for swimmers because I would get so stressed out before I swam, and, like, having to hold my breath gave me so much anxiety, like, we do these drills down the pool where you'd have to hold your breath and swim down, so honestly, maybe a swim cap because I think all my siblings started in that and it was just something that helped us learn about sports. And even though we weren't like hand-eye coordinated yet, we could do something.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And it taught you something about yourself. Like, this isn't for me, but I'll be better for it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. What about
That's
you?
awesome. That's awesome. What did I have? The beach, the sand. I told you. I don't know if this is kind of cheesy or not, but one of my heroes in life was he's old comedian George Carlin. He had a few
Mm,
books that he released back in the day, and I was probably, when they say you're like 12 or 13, whatever movies you like, whatever music you like, that kind of informs you for as you get older, you'll realize that that's kind of
yeah.
how you base your personality. Well, I read his book. It was basically his stand up, but transcribed. But he was a prolific
Mhm.
writer. He basically would write essays and then perform them as stand up. Cool dude, funny guy, smart guy. But his book, Napalm and Silly Putty, goofy title. I've had that book on me or near me for 20 years now, like longer than you've been alive. I keep it in my car. I keep it in my car. I keep it in my place. Like it's always nearby. So I realize I
That's
just
really
put a lot of
cool.
heaviness on that, and it probably should have made my top 5 over corn. But uh, no, that one probably I'd mention too.
That's cool. Another thing I would have said was coffee because I drink coffee once or twice every day. I love it so much.
Coffee, Diet Coke, Igloo.
Okay,
Like the,
coffee's not that bad for you.
I know, but
I
your
make
your beverages are stacking up. But what about the you can get it at the movie theater or a gas station, like the cherry ice or the Coca-Cola ice. You know what I'm talking about? The freeze, the
you see, I
icy.
don't like that. I'm picky about some of my drinks, but I have a lot of drinks.
Oh my gosh, you're not an icy
I love
fan?
LaCroix. No. Do you like LaCroix?
No, you're a
Oh my
Lacroix.
gosh, I drink that every day. I love LaCroix. I grew up on that. I should have put that in there. I grew up on that. It was so good.
Lacroix
I
over
literally had
the
it on the
hair
bench
tie.
of my games, of my high school games. That's what I drank.
Lacroix tastes like if you, I don't know, like if you cleaned a cast iron skillet and then drank that water. Like
Oh
that's
my
what a
gosh,
Lacroix.
no.
No offense. I'm not here to hate on you, but I can't
No,
do
it's
it.
okay. Some people really don't like it, and some people do. So I get that.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of picky too. Like I literally drink water 99% of the time. Like I don't drink coffee. I
That's
don't drink
really good.
soda. Every once in a while, I'll have a Gatorade Zero. The Here, we're gonna go a little off topic. Are you a Gatorade girl?
No.
Hmm?
I wasn't until I got to Purdue, but then now they have like the water and the Gatorade side by side. So I like drinking that during practice. But
Do you have a favorite flavor?
mm, I probably say the blue or the purple. I like a lot.
Purple's cool. What have you ever had the white, the black cherry?
I have, but I don't know. I don't think I've had it enough to know if I like it or not. Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, see, we have different tastes.
I
It's
was gonna say
okay.
we're gonna be easy to shop for. Like I'll go to the store and realize what I don't like, and that's what she'll like. I'll get her that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have all the LaCroix, all the seltzer stuff that you want. All
Yeah.
right. Chloe Chicoine, thank you so much for taking the time. As I said, and we've mentioned throughout the podcast, you've already been doing some spring exhibition matches as a Purdue Boilermaker on the volleyball team. So people are going to be able to watch you this fall, which is very exciting. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Give us the socials, the store, the whole thing.
My Instagram is Chloe18 Chicoine, and even though it sounds like SH, it's with a CH. And then my Twitter is Chicoine Chloe with 2 capital C's. And we have a Purdue NIL store where you can shop for merch for the whole entire Purdue volleyball team. And next season should be pretty exciting. So hopefully you can
That's
come out and
right.
watch.
I know I'll be there. I'll be definitely going to the IU game because it's close to my uncle and he's a big fan too. And I always got to go to a couple games at Holloway. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the mecca
Yeah.
for us. So, Chloe, you're awesome. Good luck to you. Thank you, dear. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.